Yo, yo. Well, we're back. Episode 3, I think. Um, Pretty much, you know, you guys have seen, that I got injured in Phoenix. And lately it's been, just rehab, rest, not anything crazy. I did the streaming for the World Cup stuff in New Zealand, dropped some YouTube stuff. But really, there's really not much else I can do besides pretty much that. Where we're at with the injury, though, is it's almost 4 weeks coming up this Saturday. So I'm hoping that, the bones are starting to at least come together. They're healing, and that there's no crazy damage with discs and all of that, crazy muscle, tendon, nerve stuff. I have been having like, some numbing and some pain in my right foot and stuff like that, which obviously is, probably from the pressure of the injury. So it's been, like I said, almost 4 weeks. I haven't really got a full answer of, if it is, super bad with the disc, if it's, not as bad. So I'm hoping, like literally today, I just got a text. It's the 22nd. I got a text saying, from his name's Dr. Richberg. He's part of the Team USA committee. He said that he went over it, evaluated it, and went over it with the spine specialist. And they've came up with, and a conclusion, or at least like he got their opinion on it, because I told him I want to race national champs, which is in, I think, three or four more weeks. And then he asked me how much pain I was in, and I, sent the message responding and stuff like that. And he hasn't texted me back, so I have like crazy anxiety because I want to know like what they're thinking or what's the plan, so then I can kind of move forward or know if I'm able to get on the bike or whatever it is moving forward with movements, or if I got to do, less stuff to let the disc heal or whatever it is. I just don't have a for sure answer of how bad it really is. But obviously, the stuff that I'm doing is, recovery wise anyway. So it's good no matter what. And we're not pushing it. So, I mean, regardless, it's just more of understanding when I can get on the bike or what to look forward to, moving forward. But I am still, doing everything I have to do, even without knowing that. And the team at the training center, has been, taking care of me really, really well. And I'm just super thankful to have them, behind me. We did a lot to just get back on the bike with the elbow to have, a shot at, making the Olympics. And, that's still, their goal, to help me get on the bike and, show, what I can really do. They just want me to be healthy, or else I probably would have, tried to go to Australia if I was doing everything myself, or, different things like that. So, I'm definitely in the right hands. It's just, sucks because there's just so much important stuff that's happening right now that I'm missing. So I'm trying to, not rush things, but just try to make things happen as fast as possible. Like, doing everything I can rehab wise, taking, vitamin D, the supplements, the everything, drinking raw milk to think it's going to help build calcium. Like, I mean, literally everything, still a clean diet, even more clean than I was before I got hurt. Because when I broke my elbow, I ate really, 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 really clean. And then I was eating clean and then had a bad meal here and there, but it was strictly clean. But right now I've had probably 5 to 6 bad meals from when I got hurt in 4 weeks, which isn't bad at all, and just really clean stuff. Trying to, like I said, everything. So I'm hoping there's some good news when he texts me. The biggest thing is just making sure that my nerves and all that stuff isn't compressing, because that's a serious thing, obviously, and I want to be healthy for the rest of the season to be up for the pro title. Still have a shot at making the Olympics with the Continental champs, and I'm hoping I can race the national champs the Rock Hill weekend to make the world's team, because qualification ends the 17th. So I really don't have much time to chill. So it's been a lot lately, dude. Like, it's been, pretty hard. You can see my brace. It's so big. I look fat. It's been a lot to take in. Really, it really has. And, I've had a lot of support from everybody. And I'm super thankful for that, because, it's been a tough time to, kind of wrap my head around the situation. And, I'm trying to find the most out of it and make the most out of it. And, I think it's definitely, you know, a good thing the way I'm handling it, and, keeping myself focused. But at the same time, it's probably some of the hardest stuff I'm dealing with mentally. Just trying to figure out why, like, I'm missing out on opportunities, why this stuff had to happen. And, sometimes you search for those answers, and, probably not the best thing, because there's never going to be an answer. And, that's what I'm coming to a conclusion of, and it's helping me. But still, at the same time, it's like, you know, like out of all things, like not even the initial crash, like somebody, from that far behind ended up swinging their back wheel into my back and breaking it is like, I mean, as crazy as it gets, like you can, run over people or whatever, but like just for how far back he was and then just how hard the hit was to be able to do what it did is just like, it's just like, it's super hard to just accept. But, it is what it is. It's racing. Shit happens. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the injury, the recovery, and the plans. Like I said, is to be back for national champs. So that's just an update for you guys. And yeah, like I said, I've been doing, YouTube, still working on, merch and stuff that I've wanted to focus on that I can't do while I'm racing. So hopefully, that stuff, kind of keeps me excited because, like when I was injured with my elbow, I was kind of in a dark place, with, I wasn't doing my merch. I wasn't doing the YouTube. I wasn't, having everything on top of, just racing. And so with this one, obviously, I feel like I'm in a better position because, I have my YouTube, I have my merch, I have my, my fans, my supporters. The only thing I don't have is riding and doing the races. So, I feel like that kind of keeps me, a lot higher than, just being down and out with, nothing to look forward to or try to keep myself in a good place. So that's something that I'm stoked about. But yeah, other than that, it's been a crazy couple weeks watching the races. Obviously I'm bummed to not be there. And, we're looking at still, I think we're in a spot for 2 spots for Team USA, but now Cam Wood has gotten hurt. So that's a big, point chaser. But we still have Jeremy and Larson. So they have to go perform to put us in a position to have 2 spots. And if not, we're going to have 1. And it comes down to, for me, hopefully making the worlds, getting, a podium or, ending up with some wins in Tulsa or something crazy, where like I gotta look at it all on the paper. But if we do get 1 spot, there's gonna be, some stuff that I'm gonna have to make happen, which I don't think I can't do it. It's just gonna be, I gotta come back ready for that, which is why I'm taking the recovery so serious and everything. So I'm fully prepared when I touch my bike. But yeah, so it's pretty crazy situation, but they can still, go out there and perform and get us 2 spots. And, that would be, I mean, a little bit more ideal for my situation because then there's a few races to kind of, make up for it. Like Tulsa and like I said, continental champs. But if it's 1, it's very tough because Wood has, a solid amount of points from his first and second in Argentina. And I think he has some other finishes that are solid. So, it's just a crazy situation for me because I just didn't get to race for it. And I have to, choose a few that, I have to make stuff happen at instead of having, 20 chances like everybody else. They've pretty much raced every single race. So for me, it's just a little bit different everybody else. Cause yeah, I've really barely raced, I think 1 World Cup that actually count, or I guess Argentina, but literally, and I went there a week after my injury. So I didn't do terrible. I just it's only main events, and I just didn't make the main event there. And then started off the season well this year, ready to roll into the World Cups, the best I've ever rode, felt, and just completely in a good place, ready to do what I wanted to, and just shit didn't go my way. But that doesn't mean it can't go my way now. It's just a lot stressful because I'm not able to help them get 2 spots to put myself in a position to, make it easier for myself. And then I'm also not in the position to gain UCI points or, just anything in general. But yeah, watching it though has been, fun, trying to see, some of the homies and, a lot of the people that are, on their game and, not too much of like comparing, like I can beat that guy or this or that, but obviously, you're going to have those feelings. And I think that's the hardest part about watching as an athlete. Like, even if as like a football player, like if you're watching the Super Bowl and you're supposed to be playing and you see the guy that you usually cover and he's scoring touchdowns, like you're like, holy shit, like, so that's, I guess, been the toughest part for me as a spectator, obviously as a racer spectator. But it's still, I love BMX as a fan, as a sport. So for me, I love watching, cheering on my homies, and just really watching it. It's obviously a little bit, shitty, but still the YouTube, the feed, the live stuff, everything, it just makes it look super, super rad. And it's dope being able to watch it, but it's also, a little tough. But Romain looked like he was going crazy fast. Joris, Cedric Booty was really, really on one. He looks very fast down the first straight, and he's always been good around the track and riding. So he's definitely putting it together. Rico had a good breakout weekend in Elite. Larson put himself in a final. Isaac's first race back, he was killing it. There's a few other people. Obviously, I'm not going to name just everybody, but the people that stand out, were some of them, and they're some of them are my homies. So, but yeah, there's obviously more people to it, but I don't have a list, and I'm not going to say names and then forget some, and then people are like, oh, blah blah blah. So, but those are the people that I watch as my homies. Besides, I'm not really homies with yours or Romain or Cedric, but I'm pretty cool with them. But yeah, like Rico, Larson, Jay Smooth put himself in a semi too, actually. So, there was some solid riding from the U.S. riders, and it was just fun to watch. The track looks super dope, super wide, super big, lots of room in the first and second straight, and like it was pretty crazy. So I was hoping I was most excited for the track, really. Um, just because I feel like I could have, made moves if I didn't get out, but I've been working on getting out, and I just feel like it was a solid track for me. And it was also cool to see, actually, Matt, he had a lot of injuries last year and kind of situations like me, just back to back, and to watch him come back and put it in a final was actually super, super sick. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much, what I watched over the weekend. I can't forget Carmona, man. He put it in both finals. It's not easy to make, multiple, and to be consistent with that is fucking super dope. He, is somebody to look out for on the Columbia side of things to make the Olympic team. And it's dope to see because he's young, his style's fucking sick. And his personality's super dope too. So, it's always super cool to watch and be stoked for, people that like to watch ride. Like, I like watching him ride. I like seeing his edits. So like I said, at the end of the day, I'm a fan of BMX, and I can, know when I am a fan of somebody's riding or somebody as a, athlete. And yeah, that's where I'm at with, you know, supporting or, wanting to see people do good. Obviously, if I'm in the gate, I'm going to want to beat them or beat anybody that I'm racing. But I also, want to see other people do good. And I feel like over the last couple of years, I would say the last two or three, like I've always wanted somebody to do good to a point where like I didn't set that expectation for myself. Like I'd be like, oh, I'm racing yours, or like, or I'm racing these guys. Like I hope they do good, but then I'm not thinking like I need to do good. Like you know what I mean? Like it's a weird mental thing, and so I've kind of been focusing on the mental side of things while I've been hurt, and understanding like I need to focus on myself. Like it's not my fault if somebody doesn't do good. It's not my fault if I beat them. Like like just weird shit. Like I'm such a cool, chill person with everybody that it's almost like I'll get in the gate and be like, oh, like I hope this guy does good. Where it's like I need to get in and be like, no, I need to fuck shit up. Like I need to do my part. I need to go out there and win. And if he beats me, he beats me because he was better that day, not just like weird, just having a good heart. But when we're racing, I need to be worried about me and not hoping somebody else does good and shit like that. But obviously, I'm not hoping they do bad. I'm just need to focus on myself. Moving forward, it's about to be the Australia World Cup. I'm excited. Track looks technical. It's really shitty because both tracks really look like they fit my riding style, and that's what hurts the most is not being there. Is I feel like they literally are in my perfect spot of riding and how I ride. Big jumps, big, technical backsides, different stuff. So that's what, sucks the most really is the tracks like Turkey, Argentina were like super tight and like not very passy. So like it was like if you didn't get out, you were kind of screwed. And I feel like these tracks, there might be a little bit more room, especially New Zealand. Australia looks like it gets tight after the first straight, but still technical to where like if somebody makes mistakes or you hit jumps better than them, you'll be able to make passes. So that's where I'm like, fuck, like, and they actually have jumps on the first straight. I mean, they're manualing at Australia, but still like all the other ones where it's like a manual or like tabletop to roller, like it's like, fuck, like these are the tracks that actually have jumps on the first straight. And I'm the only ones I'm not riding. that's one thing I hate is all the supercross tracks that have like a jump and then a roller, sprint, pedal, 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 pedal. Like I think that is, it just sucks. Like I want three big jumps. I want crazy jumps. I want like shit that's technical, and you have to have skill, not just go to the gym and get fast at sprinting. Like you want to be able to actually get through the jumps and be able to jump a bike, not just pedal your bike. Like I feel like that's where, supercross is kind of going into a weird direction with most tracks not having jumps, and it's just super weird to me. I don't know. It's super weird to me. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys like the supercross tracks with no jumps, or do you like when there's three gaps, there's berm jump, or like, just big jumps? Or do you like when it's a lot, more pedally down the first straight and a weird, like almost like an ABA where you just jump a tabletop, a roller, and then a step up, step down? I personally think it's stupid, but that's just me. But yeah, comment below, and what do you guys like? Just pretty much drop your opinion because that's mine. But yeah, hopefully I'm on the bike for national champs, so I can try to defend my title and put myself in a position to make the world's team and slowly put those Olympic goals back on the table. And it really just plays out on how those guys do. And if they are in the spots, they don't, then it's really just coming down to the few races that I said in the beginning for, one spot. But really, other than that, if you guys haven't seen, I dropped the new merch, the jersey, the shorts. It's a combo. They're almost done. They should be here pretty soon. So if you guys want a pair of those, I've almost not sold out, but I've sold a few in each size, and there's only 5 each size. So don't miss out when those come in. And I'm going to have a bunch of new stuff coming soon. I have a new co-sponsor I'm probably working on right now. I'm just thinking about it. And I just got to make sure it works for me as it works for them, which I think it could be super dope. And it will be a lot of new merch, a lot of new things coming. So stay tuned on that. Really, other than that, I just can't wait to get back on the bike, be riding. Obviously, I want to be healthy, so I have to take the time. But that was just a quick update video, talk about some racing, talk about, what's going on with me. Shout out to the jungle. And yeah, just, keep up with the YouTube, and just, keep it up on, I'm going to keep it up on, all the stuff I'm doing. And when I'm on the bike, just be ready to race and go win. So thank you guys for supporting always. Thank you guys for, just showing love, especially right now with it, being a hard time. But I'm definitely, in a good shape, excited and ready to be back as soon as possible. So I'll see you guys later. Let me know below, topics you want to hear talked about. If it's, bikes, life, skating, questions, whatever it is, comment below. And even what guests you would want to see if I did get guests that you would want to see on the show. And then I'm going to start, getting better at structuring it, not just coming on here freestyling and one taking like I am. So yeah, just stay tuned and thank you guys. See you later.